Hello everybody. It is Christmas Eve and insanely cold. It's actually the coldest Christmas Eve that I can remember in a very long time. So headed out to go check on the chickens, see how they've been doing, and I see if they need any more water. The other night we were down, the lows the other night were, I think the feels like was negative 20 something, and it just doesn't get that cold here. The actual temp that night was negative 6 or 7 or something like that, or maybe it was not quite that much, maybe negative 4 or 5, but either way it does not get that cold here, like, ever. And that was the coldest it's been here, I want to say, in like almost 30 years. But been trying to keep an eye on all the birds, make sure everybody's good. Got Twinkle, our cat, he's shut up in the garage. Of course, Nala stays in the house with us, and even that's been hard to keep warm with this cold as it was. The wind gusts up here make things significantly colder. I thought I'd actually give some more context on the coops, since this is as cold as it's ever been since I've been here, for sure, and talk about a few things to add on to the last video that I made talking specifically about the coops, because they were not built for this cold of weather. So I've had to go through some kind of extra steps to make sure that they're not too drafty. I actually had to go through in all of the lower gaps in these eaves and wedge in some straw because they were too drafty. Let's see here as well. Good thing is that we finally got sun today. It's been no sun for 2 days, and the sun today finally started to melt off some of the extra snow and stuff that was on this coop and help warm it up. Let's see how they're doing. How's everybody doing in there? You look to be doing all right. Hey, y'all back up. What are you attacking the camera for? So I've been bringing them food out in the coop, and put them a little bit of water in here. It looks like their water's still good. Is it frozen? No, it's not frozen. At least not completely. Yeah, you looking good. Back it up. Stop. Alright, if y'all want to come out, you can. It's still pretty cold. So right now we're actually at about 20 degrees, which is, crazy enough, it's like almost 30 degrees warmer than it had been. Y'all are welcome to come out if you want. I don't blame you. They've been shut up for basically 2 full days. I let them out a little bit earlier to add some more bedding in there, since it's been, since they've been completely locked up. I noticed my rooster started getting a little bit of frostbite on his comb. I haven't seen any of them get any frostbite on their wattles, and only one other hen had anything going on. She had a little bit in her comb. How are we doing? Can't see everybody in there, but oh, good. And he's getting a little bit of color back to some of the spots. It's definitely not getting any worse. So I've had to make frequent trips out here to keep their food and water. I went and got the little feeders and small water from whenever they were baby chicks. Yeah, you girls were tiny. What are you pecking at me again for? Get out of here. Get out of here. So I brought those out so I could stick them in the coops with them. And hopefully, well, not hopefully, it has been absolutely a necessity. That's actually one of the only ones that's offered to come out on their own accord for, again, a little over 2 days at this point. But I think since she's out and seemingly happy, I'm going to give them a chance to stay out for a little while if they want, get a little bit of sun. It's finally sunny and warm, and I think they'll enjoy that. One thing about the snow is it makes it really easy to see if you've got any kind of predators snooping around. And so I did want to kind of check and see. I mentioned earlier, the additional information about the coop here. It does fantastic in the summer, and that much I can attest to since we've been through a summer now. Given that this is our first, winter here, this is my first experience with a real cold day. And, up until now, our coldest days have been in the 30s, which is, I would say, average for us here this time of year. It doesn't usually get a whole lot colder than in the 30s. We'll get 1 or 2 times a year usually where we'll get down in below freezing even. So for us to we've been below freezing for basically 48 hours at this point, and we're not expected to get above freezing for 2 more days. So this is definitely an unusual event, and so I don't think it'll be a long-term issue with me for these coops, because it was great in the summer. It did not get too hot for them, and it gave them plenty of shade underneath, shade inside even. When it was real warm, I found that they just hung out inside a lot of times, or even over here. But yeah, I think so far the straw has done great. I did that this morning, and they've been much happier since I did that. They're not as lethargic. And I guess I should also add that I've stuffed all 20 of them into one coop to help keep the temp up. And that definitely seems to have helped. I don't want to talk for no reason. Let's see if I can get a little bit more video of my chicks. Yeah, buddy, your comb's not looking any worse. That's a good sign. Yeah, you can see the tips of it's a little bit black there. See if I can't get a little bit more video of how the girls are doing in here, and then we'll sign off for the day. All right, well, I hope all you guys stay warm. I'll let you get back in there later. I'll come back out this evening and close you guys up. Anyways, I'm gonna also get inside because I'm getting pretty chilly. I already had some of my northern friends from work poke fun about us complaining down here in the south about it being cold, because it's like, oh, well, it was -50 yesterday or whatever it was. I'm like, well, good for you. I'm glad you're used to that. We don't get that here, so nobody's prepared for that. Houses aren't built for that. People aren't built for that. So anyways, thanks for joining. Have a good rest of your day. See you next time.